What are you going to do when they're all gone? Watch this.
I ultimately decided to leave because I realized I needed an easier job.
No matter what I try to do, it won't go through their heads.
I called a parent today and I said, just to let you know, your child has an F in my class because they come in and they don't do anything. And then they start screaming. She hung up.
Buddy, why'd you struggle on this quiz? What was hard about it? What was difficult? And they look me dead in my eyes and they say, I'll be honest, I didn't read the passage. What do you mean you didn't read the passage?
School districts are trying to run like companies with the numbers, and it's not the science of education.
Today I walked out of my job. I did.
I have 2 hours left of my school day and I'm leaving because I'm so stressed out. And the students' behavior, their lack of trying, their apathy for school, parents that don't give a shit.
I was getting so many questions after I just explained my directions.
Take out your yellow notebooks, turn to page 14, and the kids just stare.
They're crying because they're getting blamed for literally any and everything that children are doing.
I spend 90% of my day managing kids' emotions, helping to regulate them, managing outbursts and behaviors and tantrums.
I spend so much time managing behavior that sometimes I feel like I'm failing as an educator. I feel like I'm not doing the job that I was hired to do.
A few months ago, I did a couple videos showing how so many teachers are now quitting the profession because of the moral decline here in the United States, the issues with technology in the classroom, and other problems that they are dealing with in their administration. There are continuously more videos coming out about teachers saying, I don't want to do this anymore, things are not the same, and they are sharing their reasons why, and I want to show what teachers are actually saying this year.
This is what we're doing to teachers. It is way worse than most people realize. And I already know what you're going to say in the comments. This teacher's this and this teacher's that. I've been a principal for 14 years. I know this teacher very well. She's a friend of mine. I've seen her teach. I've seen her work with kids. I've seen her do amazing things. I've also seen the struggle that she and every other teacher that I know is going through. We don't trust them anymore. And now I know what you're going to say. Well, we can't trust every teacher. That's true of any profession. But here's what I'm going to fight back on. The solution to having a few bad teachers can't be to not trust all the teachers. Most of the good teachers I know have either already quit or are thinking about it.
Here's another reason why teachers are quitting right now. There are no consequences for students. In the state that I teach in, we can't even legally give somebody a detention anymore. I mean, I've had students in the past that have used the N-word, have drawn swastikas and done like little Nazi salutes in class and stuff like that, and they don't do anything about that. It seems like the only thing that kids have any consequence for these days is if they do drugs at school, or they come to school under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or if they get in a fight. This is why teachers are quitting, because you can't punish them anymore, like legally. It's against the law. You can't give them detention. This is what we're dealing with.
I just resigned mid-year as a second-year teacher. The amount of harassment and bullying and the lack of administration support is disturbing. When you have a room full of students who watch your every move as a teacher and seem to have more authority than the adults because mom and dad work in the same district. This has been by far the most unprofessional work environment I've ever worked in. What I thought was supposed to be professional work environment turned into a hostile workplace where I was called abrasive for expecting the students to learn, allowing childish for not knowing an answer when approached by administration, accusing me of something that I did not do, and prideful when administration thought standing up for myself was the incorrect thing to do, when students went home telling things about me that were not true. And that's the scary part. That is the scary part. When a student says things about you that is not true and can ruin a teacher. What do you guys think?
A first grade little girl just slapped my third grade student, and when the line supervisors were disciplining her, she said, "Don't worry, my mom must come up here and take care of it." No wonder why teachers are quitting.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and this is my last day of being a teacher. I've been teaching for 17 years. I've taught 8 years in Missouri, 6 years in Arkansas, and the last 3 years here in California.
So yesterday morning, I sent out emails to all the parents of my students who were failing my class. It was just like a vague email of like, hey, by the way, your student is failing. These are the things that they're probably missing, like major assignments that we just did. We have a test this week. I'm giving them a study guide, yada, yada, yada. Here are some of the responses I got. First off, I had a mom upset that I didn't send individualized emails. Yeah, I don't have time for that. Most of them are, failing for the same reason. So it felt okay to just be like, hey, check your kid's grades. My son was gone for 6 days. Can he be excused from the assignments? No. Also, they didn't tell me who their son was. They just said, can my son be excused? So somehow I'm supposed to magically know who everybody's son is. I work almost 50 hours a week and I am in school. I don't have the time to monitor every lesson or review study guides with my child. Okay, sorry. Can you give student new copies of the assignment? He says he's lost them. So I did. An hour after school ends, he lost them again. Please email me the files. I watched him put them in his backpack. If my daughter puts her head down, just be stern with her and threaten to call me. That usually works. No, ma'am. These are 7th graders. That's a first grade kind of thing. I'm not gonna do that. My child normally has straight A's. I asked her what the issue is with your class and she says she can't teach. So there is some sort of disconnect happening somewhere and that is something you will have to figure out with your students.
Whoa.
Okay. My son says you told him to grab the assignments from the absent crate, but he doesn't know where that is. I need you to put together a packet of the assignments he is missing.
Wow.
It's right there. I will not be doing that. I don't know what conversation you need to have with your students about the work that is not getting done, but I can't do your job. Yeah, I tell them every day, turn in your assignments. So there's only so many times I can tell them that. This one's great. Sent at 12:57 a.m. last night. Is there a tutorial on how to submit assignments? We can't figure it out. It is not the first time we've turned in assignments online.
Wow.
So I know these are quite tame, but boy, it makes me second guess whether I really need to send out an email because
this is why teachers are leaving the industry. This is why you have a lot of teachers that decide that they are going to quit. It is insane. And
many teachers have given their reasons as to why they are calling it quit. But let's talk about the parenting culture we have now in 2026. Things have changed. It's not the time whereby a kid was raised by a whole community, but things have changed and kids are raised either by their two parents or even by just a single parent, whereby times and economy has changed a lot, and most of the time you'll get that the parents of these kids are just managing 2 or 3 jobs and they don't spend enough time with the kids and tend to guide them what to do or not what to do. And that's why you can see the whole changes of behavior. Now they have left it. Not every parent of course, but most of the parents have left the duty of guiding their kids to the teachers in school, and now they are trying now to manage the traumas, to manage their behaviors, how to act right, how to respect people and everything. Instead of teaching them, now they are turning to be their guiding their behavior and everything. And that's why you can see now the teachers cannot manage everything. They cannot be able to teach kids and even manage their behaviors, manage everything. And you have seen one of the English teacher was just saying that he gave people to read an essay and write the correct answers, and one student just went ahead and wrote the wrong answers. And when he asked the student was honest with him and said, to be honest, I did not read the essay. And the teacher was just worried. Why should I be giving assignment and the kids are not doing? Now this is also has come out because there's nothing like corporal punishment. There's nothing like punishment in these schools, and that can make the kids just to feel comfortable, because even if they know they are not going to do the assignment, they are going to fight in school, they are going to do all these things which are not right to be done in society. At the end of the day, there's nothing like punishment, but in other days whereby the schools used to punish the students so that they can guide them, they had a culture whereby if you misbehave, there is certain type of punishment. But in today's world, most of these schools, there's nothing like punishment, and that's why the kids feel free that they can do anything in society because they know they are going to get away with it. And that's why most of these teachers, they feel the emotional burden, they feel the psychological burden, because you cannot be teaching at the same time you're managing tantrums, you're managing behaviors, you are managing these kind of all behaviors in society, and they have the right even to feel overwhelmed by what is happening in these schools. So we are not going to blame the teachers in this case, but rather we are going to call out the parents. I know it's not all the parents, but most of the parents have left the duty of nurturing their kids, looking after their kids, and just left everything, every responsibility to their teachers, and that's why the teachers are feeling overwhelmed by everything. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What might be the biggest cause of all these teachers are quitting? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Give the video a big thumbs up. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, kindly consider subscribing. Credit goes to creators of visual videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next in my next video. Bye bye for now.